Alright, what's up guys? I wanted to make this video really quick to talk about Yae Miko. And honestly, I'm a little disappointed with her. She's not all that. So, should you pull for Yae Miko? Honestly? No, I don't think you should pull for her, especially if you're free to play and you don't buy into her constellations. I got her and her weapon at C0 and R1, and I got pretty lucky. It was like 150 wishes that I spent to get both, which is pretty good. And I'm disappointed. She, she really is just a 5-star official in terms of her playstyle. And she eats up way too much field time to deploy all three of her turrets. And her burst might as well be impossible to build around with that 90 energy cost, unless you pair her with the unit that we're all comparing her to, Fischl, or Raiden Shogun, or you buy into her C1. Right now. Which, yeah, just sucks. Her best teammates are all 5-stars, being Kokomi, Child for taser comps, and Raiden Shogun just as like one of the best Electro batteries. Even her skill damage is only like 170% at talent level 10, whereas Fischl's is 160% at talent level 10. So that's honestly pretty comparable. I'm sure there's other factors to account for, like how many procs per second, but as a baseline, it's kind of sad considering that she's one of the most anticipated Inazuma characters, and like you almost have to buy into her constellations to make her feel like a good 5-star character, because I think some other people have been doing the math, and like her constellations offer her this huge like 120% power boost. Her C2 and C3 give her this massive boost. Her C1 gives her a huge ease of use factor, and that you don't really have to run her with another Electro battery if you build her with like 140 150 energy recharge, and you can still get her burst off cooldown. And her C4 also increases her own damage by 20% on top of other Electro characters if you do pair her with them. And then her C6 is just massive damage. So she feels like just this whale only character, which I think is like super depressing, considering that again she was one of the most anticipated Inazuma characters. And what's even worse is that aside from her signature weapon, the Kagura's Verity, she really doesn't have any good catalyst other than that, because most of the buffs are lost whenever she switches off the field, so you can't really take too much advantage of them. Whereas like a character that she's often compared to would be C6 Fischl, has the stringless, which is awesome. Elemental skill and burst damage by like what, 48% at R5. Yeah, elemental skill and burst by 48% at R5. That's just a great stat stick. And what's its passive? Elemental mastery. Yeah. If she had like a stringless catalyst, that would be awesome. But she doesn't. So like you have to pull her weapon for her to be for her to be even better. Again, further solidifying the fact that she's just whale only. So if you wanted to pull on the banner to get a few Fischl constellations, because you don't have Fischl C6, and you got Yae Miko, then I would feel bad for you, because you could have lost 50-50, got your C6 Fischl, which is just 4-star Yae Miko, and then get guaranteed on the next banner that you pull on, such as Raiden Shogun if you don't have her for your account. Kokomi, I might make a video because I'm like a huge Kokomi fan and I think everybody should have a Kokomi. Ayato, who's coming up, and then his two potential banners could be Ayaka because that's his sister, and maybe Kazuha because Kazuha's just a dope character. I don't know why they wouldn't rerun him with Inazuma characters. And yeah, you could have just lost your 50-50, never had her to begin with, never knew how bad she was, and then got guaranteed for other characters. Not only that, Electro is just in a really bad spot. It's like the worst element, I think, in comparison to the other, to the other elements. It's just bad. So, like, both her and Fischl are already pretty niche. Like, they're not really gonna fit into too many team comps. Fischl probably fits better into, like, normal attack spam team comps because of her C6, allowing Oz to fire alongside normal attacks. But, like, aside from that, using them for Electro reactions, like, Overload comps are kind of off meta, so are Taser comps. Not to say that they're bad and they can't clear Abyss. They're still good, but they're just not as good as the other things. So, like, having two Fischls is like, yay, great. Now you can take both a Taser team and an Overload team into the Abyss. Woo! Or maybe you could take two Taser teams, one with a child as your driver who takes up the most field time, and maybe another Taser team with like a Kokomi. And like, I don't even know if I really want to wail for her, because I don't like the idea of having to spend so much just to make a character viable. If I wail on a character, I want the character to already be good and to just make the character better. So, like, or maybe open up a new playstyle that you wouldn't otherwise have. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a pretty easy game. Yeah, Spiral Abyss is slowly getting harder and stuff like that, but pull the characters you want and do whatever, but just from a neutral perspective, I'm not really a big fan of her. So, should you pull her? I don't think so, but that's just me. So, if you like the video, leave a like. If you dislike the video, well, it's not like anyone can see it anyway. And if you want to tell me, I don't know, what your favorite food is, leave it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe if you really like me. Peace.